And so
Alright, ladies
it
and gentlemen,
begins.
we are now recording.
Anticipation.
That was so perfectly timed by me.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just
That's
talking
a
about
treat
Moonkiss.
from me to you guys.
Oh,
That's something I like to share with you guys.
Is that you in a dress?
No, you didn't.
Oh my god.
Victor.
Purely based on what Woot has said, I don't know why I'm clicking this link.
It's badly edited, but because it loops like one scene 2 times in the beginning, but we totally make that dance in the end, man. It was beautiful, romantic, like no homo.
I'm definitely going to have to put that link in the description just so people know that what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's on.
Alright, so who do we have that has a microphone here now? I know I asked that earlier.
Me?
Me?
I love how people are responding with me.
Yeah. I was thinking that same thing, Furball.
Oh wow, that music in the video is so fitting.
Fucking koalefant trunk's gone stale. I'm gonna have to cook the damn thing.
Wait, that thing goes stale? I didn't know you could eat that.
Yeah, it's like really good food. When you cook it, it restores 75 HP and 50 hunger.
No kidding.
Does the vest have any uses at all?
Well, I know
It's
it's
probably
an
just fancy.
ingredient to make that vest.
Yeah, well, I got it in my inventory. It's gone stale. It's kind of annoying.
I believe you.
Though if it's stale, we can still use it for crafting a breeze vest.
So that makes me
If you
wonder,
want-
like,
if-
how
if
does
you
the
want to
breezy
waste-
vest not go stale?
Yeah, exactly.
I dare say that because of like the high amount of silk used in it, that it's just kind of used as a base, like, because it's the same type of shape as the trunk.
Right.
The thing is, I have my base right next to or not right next to, but somewhat next to some spider den. So each night when I'm bored, I just aggro away a spider and get a lot of silk. So I have crap loads of silk in my inventory. So I don't know.
It's actually not a bad idea, Plaspa.
I once made a campfire next to a tier 3 den once.
Not right next to it, because you want them to spread out a bit before you aggro them. Then you want
No, it was right next to it. I was trying to light it on fire.
I see.
But I used a fire pit instead of a campfire. And then
Looks like Joe.
And then night came when I was in the middle of Savannah. I didn't have any logs, so I had to go to that because it was the closest fire. Like, the only one that I could get to in time. I died anyway, but, you know, what are you gonna do?
I really wish that they would increase the max number of logs that you can carry from 20 to 40 in one stack.
I don't know, that's a bit extreme. Something like 25 to 30 is fine.
Well, the only
thing
reason I
is-
said 40 was because it goes from intervals of 10, 20, or 40. Or it used to be 5, but I don't think they have any 5s anymore.
Right.
The thing is also that if you know that you're going to use the logs for boards, you can just craft them into boards and have a better inventory management.
True. I just think it's kind of silly how the logs are 20, where like stones, grass, twigs, all of like the other raw materials can stack up to 40. Maybe it's just to try and hinder the player, since logs are like the most common materials that you have to use.
Well, straws and twigs are not very heavy, but I mean rocks and logs should be smaller. I mean, thinking in real life.
I mean, if anything, change the rocks to 20, you know what I mean, to make it more realistic. Not like we need those at 40.
I wish that when you chop down a tree, the logs just got added into your damn inventory, because I absolutely hate having to walk around and pick up and drop all the pine cones.
Yeah, and switch around the camera a bit because they get behind the stump and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I hate using the space bar. I mean, I like it, but I hate how slow it goes. I can get very impatient.
Yeah, I was trying to use that to pick up the koala fern stuff because there was like one beefalo on top of some of it, and I was just like, this works far too slow. I'm not even picking it up in time before the thing's already attacking me.
Interesting. So what do you guys think of like the new research system?
I like it.
I love it.
Better than the old one, by far.
I don't know. I kind of liked the progression from characters because it was like actually having something beyond it, but you know, it's whatevs. I prefer the new one though.
Yeah, I hear what you
But
say.
Yeah, it's an improvement.
The thing with the previous one is because all the progress gets saved from one save to the next. You could just gather all the grass tufts and just in the whole world and just put them and unlock everything, and then you start a new one and have all the have unlocked all the stuff, so you don't even have to build a research machine, and that kind of sucks in my opinion.
No, I think you're right. And, you know, I think it's definitely necessary to have to build a science machine if you had died in a previous life. But I think, you know, I do definitely agree that we should have some sort of, a little bit of extra sort of progression feel. Just because I know that Kevin had stated he wants to aim more towards of like a internal progression, you know what I mean? Like you feel like your progression just because you know more about the game and you've expanded your knowledge about it. But it's nice to have that like thing that you can carry over with you that you can physically see or physically use to your, you know, slight advantage. Just
You
because you've already
cannot
played the
put
game.
a koala fern trunk into a crock pot. Interesting.
Probably just because they don't have anything that has a recipe for it yet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a normal piece of meat. You'd think it would be able to work just like one.
Is it a normal piece of meat, though? I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about eating an elephant trunk. That thing must be rubbery.
Well, I mean, the thing basically heals the same amount as it heals almost as much as... It heals the same amount of HP as honeyed ham, but 25 less hunger.
Yeah, I know. I was only joking.
But maybe it
Something
will
like
be
that.
used. Maybe it will be used as keeping warm in the winter.
What is up with shit disappearing when it's too close to a cliff?
I
don't
know,
I
man.
think it's just a bug.
Yeah, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just lost like 4 logs off the side of a cliff.
I think they might have intended for that to happen if they go like actually in the water.
Yeah. I think they shouldn't really do it that they disappear when they go into the water. They should make the edges of the map like walls that they bounce off of.
Well, that's what they used to be like before the which update was it? I think it might have been the Krampus update that broke that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they're maybe trying to keep that in there like as intended because, you know, let's face it, if something falls into the ocean off like a small cliff like that, you ain't gonna get it back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
gotcha.
I don't know. But yeah, going back to the research system, and I mean, I like the fact how you don't have the arbitrary research points now, you know what I mean? You can't just, like, put X into the machine to get Y, you know what I mean? Like, it actually takes the materials for it, but I'm a little disappointed at the fact that it's the same exact cost to make the item. I mean, I thought he was going more for the prototype being a little bit more expensive to make. That
Yeah,
would
I
He
get
was
what you
going
mean.
to, but... He did make the alchemy machine more expensive. It requires more gold, like 3 times as much.
Yeah, something like that. I think he went up to 2 to 5. But I mean, yeah, that's just making one item more difficult. You know what I mean? But like, I like the whole idea that he had that, you know, in order to make the first item of whatever, you need, like, let's say twice as many materials to make it, and then every time after that, when you make it, it'll just be its normal cost. I thought that was interesting. And then maybe Wickerbottom's like ability would have been to be able to just make everything for their base cost, like with no increase. Although I do kind of like what they did with the extra tier thing with her.
What is the extra tier?
It's not necessarily an extra tier, she has the benefit of a science machine all the time, essentially. So, like, right from the get-go, she can make things a science machine allows you to make without anything. And then once you build a science machine, you can make the same things that an alchemy engine would give you. So it just boosts her tier up by 1.
So she just does not need an alchemy machine.
As of right now, no. But that was another thing that I think Luna Lovecraft had said. She had posted up on a thread saying, I think that there's going to be different science machines that will account for different specific things rather than just tiers, you know what I mean? I think she said something more like having a farming science machine and stuff like that. And Kevin replied to her, "Get out of my head," or "You stop reading my mind," or something like that. So who knows what he's got planned?
I mean, it's a perfect idea. So I don't see why not.
I mean, if he does it right, you know what I mean? You don't want to have like a clusterfuck of different machines, but at the same time, just to add that little bit more of like a variety and having to, invest into certain things almost like a tech tree, like he had originally stated for the research plan. Say like farming had its own machine, you know what I mean? Like you can invest more into the farming machines, but then eventually, like let's say you need one for structures or something, I don't know. So you're going to have to invest into different structures and stuff like that. I don't know, it's an interesting concept. That would definitely add a lot more content into the mid and late game too, I feel.
Yeah, I think that trying to do that with the teleportation system, as in you won't have some things in your first world. For example, the Pig King could be something that only appears in the second one.
This is true. Yeah, I mean, level progression's got a lot of potential for different challenges that you have to overcome. I forget what the reference was, but Luna, I was talking to her the other night in the den, and she had said something about like how the last level of the Hell's Inferno or something like that is completely iced over. So she thought it would be a nice reference to that and that happened to be the 9th level. So the 9th world per se in the progression would just be completely winter all the time. I thought that was like interesting.
Yeah, from Dante's Inferno.
Yes, that's it.
And also right now there's like so many Tarberdecks everywhere, and there's beehives everywhere. So in further worlds, later worlds, it should probably be that everything, all the resources get more scarce as well.
Yeah, we should really have some randomization on which world you will be teleported to. Like, FTL has a great system of you having to choose where to go, whether it's a hostile map, a civilian map, or then something like really weird, like a nebula or something like that. So it'd be like really nice if it didn't always progress in the same manner.
That's an interesting thought. Kind of almost like depending on what you do in your current world, it will give you certain options to how to progress. You know what I mean? Sometimes it might be the portal. Sometimes it could be, I don't know, like maybe the pigs have their own portal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently,
yeah, something like that.
Apparently the wormholes, they feed off psionic like waves emitted by the creatures in them. So someone theorycrafted on the forums that the reason the pigs are so stupid is because they used to use the wormholes. But now the wormhole doesn't recognize them as an intelligent creature, so it won't open for them.
Yeah, I think Kevin had stated that the wormholes are going to feed off of sanity too, so maybe the pigs were just once people that have literally gone completely batshit crazy.
And the Pig King was just a really, really fat guy. Who apparently
and the fact that he's slightly more intelligent than the normal pigs is that because he didn't fit through the wormhole the last time.
Plus all that gold.
Fat guy.
Maybe like there'll be like a gold helmet, so when you go through wormholes, they'll drain less sanity, and that's why the Pig King's smarter, because he has so much gold.
That could be it.
Like a crown of command.
I don't know, a crown of not losing your goddamn mind?
A padded crown.
Yeah, you just make like some golden foil and you'll be fine.
Speaking of golden crown, I always thought it would be cool if somehow, I'm trying to think of what rare item that you could combine it with to get like really awesome armor. I mean, obviously it's not supposed to be like anything that will inhibit your death, because it's, that would compromise an uncompromising game. But like, I don't know, something like really, really rare, like Krampus sack style.
Like red jewels. They drop off red hounds 20% of the time.
Like, a golden crown plus 10, like, red gems equals a mirrored robe or something like that?
I'll be back.
Sure.
Man, I can't wait for Sanity either. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
agree.
In a nice kind of way, crazy.
Oh, just like you. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope that people don't get sick from the distortion effects. I mean, granted, they're toggleable, but...
Yeah, that'd really suck if people were like, oh god, I feel so bad.
It's like when nausea was first introduced in Minecraft. People are like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But here in like the dusk sunset or whatever, that's redundant saying that. The dusk, distorted sound. I'm excited.
I haven't actually listened to the sound files because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, which is fair. You know what I mean? Me personally, I like to find out every last bit of detail as I can. I'm just too lazy to download an FSB loader so I can listen to the rest of them.
Yeah, I wanna be surprised by the insanity sounds, because that'll make it more horrific for me.
Yeah, exactly. Other patches is I'm fine with. Then I can find out with them, but this is more emotional, so that's why I want to keep them.
Yeah,
Keep them fresh.
it is going to be a little creepy, isn't it?
Hopefully.
Have you guys seen the Forbidden Knowledge picture?
Yeah. I have it as my desktop background.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's getting me a little anxious just because I have no fucking clue what they're going to be for, or how they're going to, those monsters are going to act. If you can even hurt them.
Yeah, but they will definitely be able to hurt you.
Oh, no doubt. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be one of those things, almost like an Amnesia sort of feeling, where you're just so helpless because they can chase after you and hurt you, but you can't do crap to them.
Yeah, you won't have anything like sanity potions to instantly like regain it like up to max.
But at the same time, I don't really feel like it should be a Amnesia ripoff. I mean, even though it's a great game, they should.
I've actually never played Amnesia. I was just using that as kind of like an example of the helplessness factor.
Yeah, but the sanity meter really needs to be downgradable, like progressively. Like doing certain things will degrade, like the insanity.
Yeah.
And then some things like sleeping in a tent will reduce the amount of which by you lose sanity and stuff like that.
Just for sake of argument, we'll say that gaining sanity is good and losing sanity is bad. So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you want, like sleeping in a tent will give you sanity because you gain sanity back.
Right.
But yeah, no, I absolutely agree. You know what I mean? I think that definitely sleeping will have something to do with sanity, considering that they're making a tent a sleeping object. It just almost kind of hints at that in the way I look at it. And I think he had said something about being dapper, quote, that is going to affect that too. So maybe wearing a top hat and the dapper vest over time will just slowly increase your sanity or something like that. You know what I mean? What I'm curious about is sanity going to be a visual thing that we can see as far as like the meter goes, or is it going to be like an invisible meter like naughty points with Krampus?
Exactly.
I think it's visible.
I would like it to be more like the Krampus meter, like visual clues and audio clues, more than a certain meter.
Well, they said that the monsters like kind of fades into existence the more insane you get, until they are materialized and they can hurt you. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's
my
definitely
guess as
going
well.
to be and well, they've said that you need to do civil things to reduce the insanity effect, like sleep in a tent, wear a dapper vest, wear a top hat, sleep in a roll, eat some good meatballs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like good food.
So, how fast would you like the sanity update to go, or the sanity to decrease over the time? I mean, would it be a thing like you could be totally insane by week 2, or?
Well, see, that was another question I had too. Was sanity going to affect you right from the get-go, or is this something that would be sort of starting to affect you after you've lived for a while? So maybe like after 2 weeks, your sanity then starts getting affected. So to give you almost like a little margin of like, okay, set up your base, set up, you know what I mean, like do that, but then after that, you start to become a little bit more insane.
Yeah, stuff like digging graves and seeing ghosts and that sort of thing.
Which, by the way, definitely increase the chance of ghost spawning. Sorry, Moonkis, go.
No, yeah. I mean, there is gonna be some perks of going insane, like certain things you can only get when you're insane, certain loot, certain... I don't know. They've said that insanity will have its own chime, like its own good thing. And based off new monsters, there's probably gonna be some insane, pun intended, insane loot. So, I mean, there's there's gonna be a thin line of how long you wanna be insane and how much you wanna be sane. Because you probably will be needed to force yourself to insanity sometimes.
I hear you. What would be cool is if they implemented some recipes that you can technically only think of if you were insane. Maybe certain, like, machines to help you, you know, I don't know, fight or something like that, but just certain mechanisms or clothing or something like that you can only think of if you're insane. You know what I mean? Like, you were so screwed up and, like, my buddy said over here, sadistic, you could only think of if you were insane. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, considering that thought, would it be then that when you're completely insane, you would actually not feel insane anymore? Because really insane people, think that they're totally normal and everyone else is insane.
Well, I wonder what happens once you go completely insane, too. Like, is your world just going to be totally engulfed in monsters everywhere? Or, like, do you slowly lose health, like, because you're just, you know what I mean, like, hurting your mind? I don't, you know?
Yeah, I can definitely... Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, it'd be really nice, like, if you're, like, 1% sanity level or something, and then you go full way to 0, everything just snaps back to normal, but you start losing health really fast.
Yeah. You know, stuff like that would be cool, like mental illness, in a sense.
I mean, I can definitely see, like, the longer you're insane, the more monsters, like, you need to, like, fight a constant attacking threat. Like, think of, like, example, when you go insane, your head monsters will attack you, like, frequently, so you need to, like, once you're insane, you need to do whatever you're supposed to do when you're insane fast, or you will get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, it's something that you would need to be very careful with, though, you know what I mean? The benefits could greatly help you.
Yeah,
The
so it's
only
like...
thing that
Go ahead.
Okay, the only thing that I'm worried about is that it will be the same as the what's his name again? That devil handsome fellow.
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
No.
The
one who
Krampus?
Krampus, yes. He's so easy to avoid, and you have to summon him so bad that you almost never see him. I hope that sanity that becomes a real threat. That you just can't avoid it too easily. That's my what I'm most concerned about.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
yeah, it's more like, I think of sanity being more of a mental quicksand or a tar pit.
Definitely. I mean, especially like just being alone, you know what I mean? Like out in the wilderness, eventually it's just gonna grow on you, like you're going insane. Unless you purposely stick to your roots and be dapper and, you know, be like, you know, able to dress right and be civil, you know, do civil things. So almost like a hunger bar in a sense, but just invisible.
Yeah, like eating raw meat would be like you get more feral and stuff, so you get less. The sanity
right,
decreases.
Exactly. It's like the Lord of Flies kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's just the thing.
I can actually think that the sanity will not be represented by a meter, like you have X point accumulated, but instead you have this kind of array of Boolean values, like different, like the insanity is not split into like an integer, like you have 2 insanity, 3 insanity, 100 insanity points, but instead you've met a ghost, and that triggers like the Boolean flag for ghost. You know what I mean? It's more dynamic than just you have X insanity. Like different things affects your sanity in different ways. So you couldn't just meet ghosts and then be affected by like insanity by eating stuff. You wouldn't see like worms in your food and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right. And but how would you go about like diminishing that? You know what I mean? How would you go about like reverting that Boolean?
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, you could probably have different, like as opposed to seeing a ghost, you could probably stay near a fire or near like the pigman because you feel like this in light and in around people or pigs, you kind of feel more safe. So that would probably diminish it, like
but
the
would
sense
that
of
like revert the
insecurity.
Boolean value of like seeing a ghost?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, would you just forget that you saw a ghost?
No, probably not. Not, but you know,
Sorry, continue.
Like accompanied, like together with a straw roll, a tent, good food, that would probably. But the main factor would be a sense of security around you, like people light.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like a ghost gives you the chills, and then you go and get warm, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that Clay is a little bit more creative with the insanity than just being like a meter, like
a linear meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've done the linear thing a few times with hunger and spoilage and stuff like that. So yeah, I hear you for sure. I mean, it obviously sounds like they have some sort of plan of how to program it since they've been, you know what I mean, they've been working on it this whole time. So I'm be very curious to see how it turns out.
Yeah, basically, from what I gather from this meter conversation is that we don't want the game to turn into the Sims Tim Burton Chronicles.
Exactly. We don't want it like, the Tim Burton Farmville. Like,
because too many meters is never a good thing. I mean, visible meters.
Right now there's only 2.
Yeah, and that's
and
quite
Krampus.
enough. Yeah, but that's not visible.
Exactly.
Right, but technically the sanity meter doesn't have to be visible either, but it would still be a linear meter.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I kind of like what Lucas was saying with, like, each thing triggers a specific reaction to your sanity, which you would have to specifically counteract in order to diminish, like, its value.
Yeah, but you need visual clues for that. So, like, character saying a line that I feel cold or something like that.
Right. So yeah, I mean, that could definitely work.
Well, that's
just
a
what else
problem,
would
and continue.
I was just basically going to say, I mean, that would be the only problem is, like, trying to switch up, like, what else could affect you other than, just getting the chills. Like, you could get scared, but then what would calm you down,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one thing that's good and in a way bad is that Clay has been. They are trying to cater for the deaf people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good in a way, but in sanity case, it might be bad. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they shouldn't, because I think they totally should add a little bit of visual clue, like more than maybe like noises and stuff. But hopefully, the visual clues aren't just like, oh, I'm cold, or oh, did you hear that? More like sometimes you can, if with Ghost, you spawn like this shade at the end of your screen, and when you're trying to follow it, it runs away.
Oh, I
glimpse
absolutely think they're going to add stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, like a wall of tentacles like creeping up on you from behind, like on the edges of the screen and following you around and slithering towards you. But then when you turn, they just disappear and vaporize.
Oh my god, that just reminds me of, like, Temple Runner or something like that. That'd freak the crap out of me if I saw that in Don't Starve.
Yeah. And eventually when the monsters get materialized, like a Super Mario Ghost kind of thing, like when you look at them, you get more insane, but they won't run towards you. But when you don't look at them, you don't lose sanity, but then they come and try to get you.
Oh
The
my
same
god.
thing as Slender in that case.
Yeah.
It's
Dude, I don't need that in Don't
pretty
Starve.
amazing.
I do not need that in Don't Starve. Do not give the fucking devs that idea. Freak me out. I mean, it is very creatively thought of, but oh my god, would that freak the shit out of me.
Yeah, and everyone else.
Oh my god,
So
now
many,
that's all I
like-
can think of. It's just like obviously it would be some one-eyed creature too, because that's a recurring theme, is one-eyed creatures. And it would just be like this huge thing with fucking teeth, and just like would follow you when you're not looking at it, and then when you look at it, you just get scared because it's just, oh my god, that would fucking remind me of the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Navish Nerada. What this the flesh eating
Vashnarada,
shadow?
yeah, that was my first picture on the forum.
I couldn't sleep after that. It's a little bit
turn out the
embarrassing to
lights.
admit. Yeah, oh man, yeah, that just freaks me out every time. Like he's repeating that, and
Yeah,
Dr.
Ghosty.
Donna. Oh my god,
Oh my god, yeah. Good times.
yeah,
You
the
know-
Deer Club. Continue.
All right, so what I was thinking about, the very first levels of insanity would be something like dancing lights, like loads of them during the night, like all the time, all around you, and then they would slowly turn into eyes.
Oh man, that would be creepy.
If only Kevin was here.
Why do you keep people making posts like, we're doomed, I'm pissed?
Because people just are ignorant. They don't really think. Since the game isn't what they had it, what it was a week ago, they fucking freak out.
Oh, is anyone else having a problem with the spider creep stuff, like taking over entire environments?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Alright, is there a way to stop that? Can you like wall it in at all or anything like that?
Since modding is now, I think modding is okay now, right? Because if modding is okay, then we could just temporarily mod the growth rate of a.
I see.
What day are you guys up to so far?
30 something, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm up to the same too.
I guess 26, something like that.
Oh, wow.
I've been running a really bad luck stream lately, so it's something like 14 or so.
Dang, I thought I was far behind because I've only played like 2 sessions, but I think I'm up to like 46 days so far.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of like taking it casually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's a big hit now. When you die, you don't get all the freebie resources.
Oh yeah, I mean this update definitely hit the players hard, and it's
I like it better like
it
this.
hits players hard.
I know someone, a friend of mine who streamed, and he loved playing like before the update, but now that the update is here, he's like, oh, since he can't really, like, you have to actually make a base and do these like stuff to survive. You can't just adventure out, and because of the effigy change and everything else, so he like kind of stopped playing it.
I definitely welcome the effigy change for sure. I mean, I think maybe the 20% thing was a little. I mean, like, I think what they could do is for each effigy maybe reduce it by 10, but just keep the limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At like 3 or so, or maybe like 15, and then like keep the limit at 3. Like, add a limit to how many effigies you can make, but still keep the diminish in life per effigy.
Yeah, but why would you ever actually build more than one effigy?
If you're paranoid like I am,
you
you
can
would.
just not lose any percentage of your health, but you can only make one.
No, because you know what, I do like the downside for having the insurance. You know what I mean? It's nice to have the insurance of, if I die, I'll just come back. But you need to have some sort of like a counteraction to that, just to make it.
Did you, any of you, catch my ingenious idea? Is that you, with the new walls, that you wall your meat effigy in with a chest, so that when you respawn in the chest, you have the ingredients for making the meat effigy, so that you only have one active.
And if you walled yourself in, how would you get out?
Well, the monsters, if they are close by, they should probably do it for you, and you can always attack it with your fists.
Yeah. Might take a while.
Hey, Wood, I found a link.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Sorry about that. I thought it was for organizing my contacts, but it wasn't.
I think the Eclipse is a pretty cool fella. King of Winter, doesn't afraid of anything. Gonna destroy you and your base. It'll be fun times.
Oh, Kevin. Also, Deerclops is the king of winter. Like, just completely random.
Wow.
That's what he always does.
So could that possibly mean that when we get the Deerclops, we also get winter?
Possibly.
Yep. Or vice versa.
I don't know, man. If Deerclops is supposed to be that thing that, like, trampled Wilson's base, I'm probably gonna shit bricks.
Oh, I really hope I'm gonna write down my suggestion for the mini Tamagotchi game about the baby birds. And I would one thing that would be cool that like the items you dig up from the graves, you could use them to play with your tall bird. Like that could be an item for using on your tall bird baby. You know what I mean, Wooty?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do with tall birds too. They gotta do something. They can't just grow up and then want to kill you. I mean, come on.
Just like Kevin said, it's the synonym for being a parent.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for being a parent.
Metaphor, yes.
Most of you guys are playing in the normal map.
What'd you say, Timo?
I'm guessing that most of you guys are playing in the normal map.
Yeah.
Yep.
No wonder you guys have problem with spiders.
Why are you playing on Legacy?
Yeah, I like Legacy better. I think that the new map needs to be fixed a little bit more because I know there's a lot of resources, but the amount of spiders are too damn high. So no, I don't want to deal with that. It's overkill.
Yeah. For sure. We were actually talking about that yesterday. We were saying that I'd be happy if spiders were like had taken over like a big area, you know what I mean, all to themselves, like one solid area, and then maybe have like like one or two stragglers in certain small areas, but like have them basically condensed into one big area as opposed to spread out around the map, and just have maybe one or two.
No, continue.
No, I'm done. What were you saying?
Oh, I would love to think like at the beginning of the game there aren't as much spider nests, but as the Spider Queen grows, she spreads like her nests. So you need to kind of like a corruption thingy. So if you stay in the world and don't do anything about the spiders after like say day 500. Probably the entire world would be covered in spiders, so you kind of need to either fight the spider or hold off the spider invasion so you can progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would
Absolutely.
be cool, like some kind of spreading of the spiders more than just... Because I think the Spider Queen rising and then just walks around and then just turns into a level 1 nest. I think that's a little bit, I don't know, a little weak, maybe.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think they definitely need to work on the Spider Queens too. I haven't really come across them yet since the update, so I don't know if they fixed how many spawn and like the fashion that they spawn. But I know when they were first implemented, they weren't supposed to just have a tier 1 spider nest where they had grown up from, you know what I mean? They were supposed to turn into the Spider Queen, and then I think the Spider Queen, if you don't do anything with her, turns into a tier 1 spider nest later down the road. But I think what would be cool is if they actually kept the fact that she leaves a tier 1 spider nest there, almost like she lays the nest as she's walking away to kind of almost simulate the spread, you know what I mean? Like it actually adds spreading to spiders, so that way they spread out, like you said, you know what I mean? They start, gaining more numbers and stuff like that and gaining more nests. And I think the fact that, you can have 5 Spider Queens out at the same time is a little bit ridiculous. I think, one, they should probably increase her health and maybe, attack speed or something a little bit higher, just to make her a little bit more of a challenge, just because she is supposed to be technically a boss mob. And then just reduce the amount of how many that can spawn at a time.
I agree with you there.
But before actually making her more challenging, they need to work on the battle system. Like they need to reduce the kind of kiting you can do, because no matter how much you buff the Spider Queen, if you can kite her without taking any damage, the amount of health and damage she does is pretty much irrelevant. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. I mean, like, yeah, that was another thing we were talking about the other night, is just the attack patterns of mobs, you know what I mean? Especially big, bulky mobs that attack really slow. I mean, they just makes them perfect for kiting. You know, when they're supposed to be such a challenge, you gain this pattern almost where you can just do it just like clockwork and you won't get hit anytime. So I think definitely a variety of attack patterns for how mobs attack you, and maybe some sort of like, or that's crowd control, definitely. Some sort of way to maybe snare you so that you can't run away, that you can't kite this particular creature. Like a good example we had the other night were tentacles.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people would complain about that?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's fine. Because after a month, they would get used to it, so it's fine.
Yeah, like, when the jumping spider came out, oh my god, the amount of, like,
well, to be fair, they were really OP when they were first released.
Yeah, I'm still afraid of fighting.
They spawn so many of them at the same time.
But it's so easy to deal with them, though.
Now, yeah, after they had nerfed them. I mean, jumping spiders before the nerf were a force to be reckoned with.
Oh my god, it's unkillable.
Especially with the amount that they spawned. I mean, now they you know, 2 or 3 are annoying to say the least, but you know, they're tolerable.
But I think they should really do something about that sticky web on the ground before anything else, because that thing are getting really annoying.
Oh, something tells me that'll be in the next.
You can't get rid of it. It's just gonna respawn when you try to dig it up, which is stupid.
Wait, so even if you dig up the entire thing, like there's not a lick of it on the ground, it will come back?
No. Like, I tried digging like the path, like the sticky path, and then it's just, like, if I dig it up from the left, it will spawn on the right. I'm like, what the hell? And I keep it's just, you're wasting your fork life away because you can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it.
Oh, even when there's no spider nest, huh?
Yeah, even if there's no spider nest, some people say they did it, but most people say they can't get rid of it because they keep it's looping. That's what it is.
Wow, I see. I didn't know that.
I actually like the surge idea that someone had. I can't remember who it was. Like, once you kill the nest, the ground, the sticky ground slowly decay, like it disappears slowly. So when you kill a nest, I like that idea quite a lot, actually.
Oh, they're coming out with the Anivia skin. Nice.
Actually, I always thought that when the Spider King got released, that when she walked around the area, she will poop down like tier 1 spider nests all the time until you kill her. Instead of, well, just reverting back to a tier 1 nest on her own. Which is bugged as hell, because she just appears again if you destroy the nest. It's really annoying.
Yeah, that's why I was saying they gotta definitely work on her spawning environment. My fault, phone.
Phone call.
Ring, ring, ring.
Why is Chester too fat to fit in a 1 square gap of walls?
He has a very big aura.
Oh god, Chester.
Chester's actually quite an idiot. He gets hit by a tentacle and he just stands still. He does it all the time, again and again.
Yeah, they should really change the AI on him seriously.
Oh, hell yes.
Especially the pathing.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. I want a Ramos hat.
Oh man, Joe W is totally the best dapper dude in the world. I mean, his answer is just so... I mean, I'm getting like tingles all over. It's so good.
About
comparing Minecraft to Don't Starve, he's like, please don't insult other people. And then he goes on and it's not uncommon for people to compare the Don't Starve and Minecraft, but it doesn't take long before people stop the comparison. Oh, I don't know, after night 1 maybe. He's totally like, there's like nothing going on that's related to
That's
Minecraft.
awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Anywho, are anyone actually playing Don't Starve?
I am going
actually
to
gonna be hopping on this.
sooner or later.
I'm playing it right now.
You playing Minecraft?
Now you're playing Don't Starve.
Are you comparing
Yeah.
Minecraft to Don't Starve, or vice versa?
Yeah.
I really need to find Chester in this world.
Yeah, he's totally a nice guy to have hang around.
For sure. I haven't even found like a legitimate swamp biome yet in this world. I'm on day 25.
Yeah, I mean, the map's so huge, and the fact that the swamps are being generated, at least for me, they're being generated in like little puddles instead of real swamps.
Yeah, that's what I've seen so far. It's just little drips and drabbles every now and again. I have a couple of reeds because of that, but nothing significant.
Yeah, and the other things that weird with the new map generation is the pig kings. For me, they're always like, there's just a couple of pig houses, and then there's the king like somewhere on the edge of the sea or something like that.
Huh. Interesting.
Usually, like, really close to bridges.
I'm trying to get rid of the sticky webs. It's kind of working, but it's really annoying. I might try to play a normal map today, but I'm probably gonna make a backup of my world right now. Because I have a feeling I won't like it.
Do it! What the heck was that?
That's static.
Oh.
Is the baby beefalo only spawn somewhere? Because I'm on day 30, then the beefalo are not spawning baby ones.
That's weird, because I was getting them the first cycle that they got like horny or whatever, they pop babies out.
Because like I'm in the area where there's only one herd of beefalo. Is that why maybe?
I have a bit of a new question. Why does some beefalo have red butts?
That's when they're in heat. If they have red butts and you go near them, they'll automatically try to like attack / hump you.
Oh, I'll be right back again.
See, I had 2 different types of baby beefalo, one on either side of my base, basically, and both of them have been popping babies out like mad. I got invaded for a little while there until they humped my walls down.
That's why I don't make a base near beefalo, just like to the side, walking distance.
Yeah, I kind of readjusted a little bit. Well, what I was able to do is when they weren't in heat, you can actually body push them. So I sort of funneled a wall, because they won't mess with the walls unless they're in heat. So I've made like kind of a little hallway, and I was able to body push them all the way out of my base. And I kind of corralled them and walled them into like a little side pocket area that's like southwest of where I'm at.
You know, since the new update came out, I haven't really used any new feature like the wall or the floor. I'm just doing the normal thing.
I like the floors. I don't know if there's a use or if you run faster when you get like a handful of them out there, but they look really nice. Oh, that spiderweb stuff. If you dig that up and place 1 square's worth around the beefalo, they don't seem to go through that or past that. I've been able to contain them using that as well.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, at least so far I haven't noticed any of them that have like been willing to cross over or walk on it yet.
I should try that.
Yeah, if you get a moment, definitely try it. I'd love to know, like, have a confirmation whether or not that's functional.
They walk on it. No, they're crossing it. You're lying.
I thought that was a pretty solid way. Maybe try to go 2 layers deep.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Wow, I managed to actually get rid of all the sticky web.
Nice, and is it growing back?
Good work.
Give me the tier 3. Give me like 10 stack of it, maybe 10 stack of 10.
No kidding.
You have to have like a technique on doing it though. It's kind of weird. Does anyone here actually use Chester? Because I don't use him.
I do. I'm not going to be going into like a mob fight.
He walked too slow. He can't catch up to me. I don't like that.
I just noticed there's someone called Dr. Derpenstein who's been staring at us in the corner for like, I don't know how long now.
I'm right here.
Yep.
Well, welcome.
Yes, hello. How is everyone here not starving?
Doing alright. I just got off for a bit. Just finished making farm plots and stuff and getting all that crap down. I had to take a break.
Quite nice.
Oh, by the way, I found out that, you know, when you first put down your spider web, like using the egg sac, and you know how there's like a sticky web? If you get rid of all of those, it won't spread anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like tier 1.
The
I don't know
web?
if it can spread at level 2, though.
Spider webs are really annoying.
Yeah.
They're also highly flammable when you, like, pitchfork them off the ground.
Yeah. I just died because, for some reason, I had never thought to put, to set a fire right next to tall birds, so I did that for the first time. And I had 5 of them chasing me all through the night.
Yeah, they do that.
Yep, I never thought to do that before. I thought, they'll just stay asleep and I can take the eggs. Nope, they wake up. Light sources, I think.
Yeah, it is so hard to try and steal a tall bird's eggs now without, like, having to kill them.
Yeah, which I don't want to kill the things, you know? Because odds are I'm not going to be able to raise the egg to adulthood to have another one.
Well, I don't think what the wiki says is true. I think, like, they'll still respawn even without the egg being in the nest.
You know, I can confirm that they respawn within a day. Even if there's, like, a nest without any talbots nearby, they just spawn out of the nest. It really looks silly, but it happens.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what I thought.
Yeah, man, it happens. And hello, Luna. Luna Lovecraft.
Luna! What's going on?
It's the weekend.
So it is.
Hello, people. You're viewing this at a later time than I'm saying it. Well, technically, everyone is.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I died, that's actually when I quit yesterday, so I'm going to start a new world. Who do you think I should choose for a character this time around?
Can you do Wickerbottom? You should do Wickerbottom.
Yes, I unlocked every single one of them. I shall try Wickerbottom then. I'm actually wondering, what is the biggest size of a beefalo herd anyone here has ever seen?
A lot.
Yeah.
About 20?
Yeah, like, in mating season, it's like, alright, free honey from the bees that spawn from the bee huts when you live near them. Just, they die so much.
That's actually a good idea.
It is, just like the beefalo when it's mating season, they go crazy on anything, so when you make a farm that relies on mobs of sorts, they get insta-killed. It's a great way to get rid of the gobblers as well.
I believe it. But the only thing is that you'd have to wait 10 days in between each heating.
Yes, but usually the supplies you get from it last much longer than long enough to survive through that.
Oh yeah, and they last for like 5 days, I think.
Yep. The only problem is they tend to get a bit too close to my fire. I actually almost died to the grue from it. They just crowded up the whole screen.
That's no good.
Here's a spider den. Hello. There's another one.
Say what?
Wow, I'm almost out of rocks again. Jesus.
What happened? Hey, did they release the hotfix yet for this?
Yeah.
For
It
what?
came out the day after.
Yeah. Oh, good. I actually don't know. I didn't notice that. Because, to me, it's like, well, then there's the rock wall glitch.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's like, well, what was there for that first day? People could get tons of rocks.
Okay, whose idea was that, seriously?
Said what?
What? Oh.
It just ain't right.
Alright, there's another berry bush.
Nope.
Alright, retreat back to the camp now before it's getting very dark. So how does everyone here think that Sandy is going to actually be implemented in...
Oh, you should have heard our discussion earlier.
I was not there earlier.
Sandy?
Yeah, Sanity.
Oh, Sanity.
Yeah, I remember that the hidden thing inside of Maxwell led to insanity.png, which looked like it came from Seleucius's drawings. Did I say his name right?
Probably.
Ah.
I like the idea that that person had, that the lower your sanity level, the more likely your character breaks the fourth wall.
Oh, God.
Cool. Yeah, I actually, went on to one of the sanity-type threads for the discussion for that. I found pretty interesting some of the ideas, and I like them, generally.
Yeah, the fact that he's going to break the fourth wall more, or that he could, would be fucking awesome. He just looks
I just found the wooden thing.
Hey, are you out there, God? Are you out there, or, whoever is controlling me?
Whoever's controlling me, stop it now.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be getting as insane as he does seem becoming more self-aware.
Why do you make me eat this?
It's like, but the monster meat, I just killed that spider. And it made menacing faces at me.
Oh, I can't wait.
Rickerbon remarks on the wooden thing. Unique geometric properties. Alright. I like how you can find rocks on the ground now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Near the wormholes.
Wait, what rocks on the ground? What?
However, it does seem like gold drops much more rarely from stones.
Yeah, it does drop a little bit more rarely, I found. And in the new generation T mode, rocks can just be found on the ground, like little pebbles.
Really?
Yep, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, really.
And that makes Wickervatum even more valuable because the alchemy engine with its buff of recipes would be much more difficult to make with the hard to find gold. Of course, unless you find a pig village like I just did this moment, which doesn't have a king, only 2 pigs. Actually, it seems like they're just more spread out, apparently. There are tons of berry bushes, too.
Yeah.
Guys, we only have 20 minutes to do something interesting.
20 minutes. That fire is burning at an alarming rate.
Wow, no pressure, guys.
No pressure at all.
Something interesting.
Interesting
we can do
things.
This.
Someone get me a pint.
Murdering
By the way, the
pigs for the sake of
it was kind of crazy, Leapster.
Oh, you should totally be able to ferment, like, drinks in Don't Starve for food or something for, like, a health food. Because it would take a few days to make it.
Honey tea.
Moonshine.
I was thinking honey mead.
I
would say, like, I was gonna think, like, maybe you take some kind of petals, you make a tea out of it, and then you can add honey to the tea.
Does tea need to ferment, though?
No,
but you could add honey to make it sweeter, to make it heal more health.
I liked the mead idea better, so you can get drunk.
Yeah, because it would be something like you get a lot of drink at once, but it takes a few days.
That, and it would also be something to warm you up in winter.
Yes, indeed.
Like a keg mechanic.
Yeah, and you just build yourself.
And then when you reach full drunkenness, I think drunkenness should be like a temporary increase in your insanity.
Well, they do have a distortion effect now, so you can just like get drunk and the screen gets all wibbly wobbly, and build yourself a what's the word I'm looking for? A flask. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Build yourself a flask.
And we could build kegs to store it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so including this in the highlights.
Oh, what if you could build a keg, spill the keg, and then Beefalo come by, drink it up, and get drunk, and they're just like wandering all over.
Imagine giving the pigman a keg.
No, yeah. Oh yeah, Pig King, the keg. Just imagine how much gold he'd give you.
Yeah, his cheeks get all rosy, and he like starts drooling.
And then he gives you double gold for the next 3 days.
Oh, that would be cool.
I don't know. That would be pretty fucking awesome to include. Even just as like something after release, something to add in.
Yeah.
A mod.
I don't care if it's extremely endgame. It must be done.
Oh god, imagine like a drunken pig army just like going all over the place, vomiting all over everywhere. Just oh god, that'd be awesome.
Drunken pigs poop like beefaloes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So this is our definition of something productive.
Yep.
It is.
And
Ooh, you
interesting.
could put one outside a spider den, and it could make the spider queen easier to kill if it drinks it.
Oh god.
You can make the Spider Queen drunk.
No. Make the tree guards tree guard drunk. It starts destroying the other trees.
Yes.
It thinks,
Forget insane.
No, what
you
if you
should
fed-
put sobriety?
No. Yeah, Sani, sobriety. And then, pouring the mead down a wormhole.
Oh my god. That would be like disastrous.
What
No,
would
wait,
you
that
guys
could,
think about,
that could be how they would produce respawning tentacles. You just feed the mead to the wormhole.
What would you guys think about running into the other characters while you're in game? So if you're Wilson, you would like bump into Wendy and like other people as you ventured around.
I would think it was awesome, like having them around in your
I
camp.
would dislike it.
Yeah, but then they start eating your food like pigs.
Yeah,
I
but,
like
I'm not saying
the
like
solidarity
bring
of
it
the
to your
game.
base.
yeah,
But they
I was
could
gonna
be,
say
like,
it takes away
off
from the
somewhere.
solidarity attitude. Exactly.
Yeah. But would it not
They
be
could
fun
be
to
a
see
product of
what-
sanity, like they turn into a monster when you get near them.
Yeah, it's their hallucinations from maybe like
Actually,
their life.
that
Maybe
would
they
be
were all.
kind of an interesting thing to add in for sanity, because then all of a sudden Wilson's like, "Who are you?" And he starts questioning
Yeah, and then
like, who these people are, and like the same
Yeah,
would
and
happen
then-
if you played on as their character.
No. Another thing that happens is that they should have like conversations and be oblivious to him.
Yeah, like they could be off in their own base, building up a base somewhere, and like it doesn't affect anything you can actually function with in the
It
game.
doesn't exist.
But it's like something you can just come along and you're like, what? Wendy's over here and she's got like a couple of fields and this and that and some other
Yeah,
stuff.
but at the same time, if she's really there, it takes away from the solitude feel. You know what I mean? You
It's
should
not. It's
feel
just a
alone.
hallucination.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a sanity thing, and then it's in a way, it's maybe a guide or a little helpful for new people. So if they like see the hallucination making something that they haven't discovered yet, they'll be like, "Oh, maybe I can make that too."
Ooh. Yay! I found Chester.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome.
Day 3. Yay.
I don't
I'm actually
my
gonna play
dates.
Don't Starve now. I haven't been playing at all. I've been just like listening to you guys chatting.
This is
Same
actually the
here.
first time I
Same here, actually.
Chester.
I was about
Is-
to play it an hour ago.
Yeah, considering I haven't actually started a new world since for a while, and then I died, so I decided to do this. This is the first time I've actually found Chester. He's so cute when he hops. Jumpy jump.
I actually heard you say he's so cute when he hums. I am ashamed of myself.
No, because that's
also we
what,
done
pretty
with.
sure what I heard too. And I was.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna say anything. You know. No, I'm kidding.
Well, hi, I'm back.
Yeah, I got Temple
Hello.
Spike. Alright, I forgot
Real
that
good,
now the non-cooked monster meat hurts a lot more than the cooked stuff.
Oh my god.
Nice one,
Yes.
Well played.
What's my played?
The new Mimi, so OP.
Peggy 18.
Ooh, a wormhole. I have a feeling this may pop me up somewhere I've already been earlier, which makes me feel good, because then I'd have a quick shortcut to the pigs. No, it brings me somewhere entirely different.
Yeah, I wish there was some way that you could like see, or like some way that the map could tell you which wormhole is connected to where.
You make a
Like maybe
I
after you've
think,
gone through it, maybe after you've gone through it, it should show a link between the two. Wait, suspicious dirt pile.
No.
Animal
I
trap.
have a suggestion.
Or they
Just
could
place
implement,
traps
like,
near the wormholes.
Wait a minute, what happened? Did Chester, did you not follow me? Bad Chester, you
They
should
could
have
just
followed me.
implement like so you can add markers on the map. That would be great addition. Like then we will actually have kind of a use for marking spots.
Yeah, but then of course we'd have to actually like have maybe a thing, a thing for that.
Well,
you know?
I think like after you get so far into the game, there should be some research thing you can do that, like we can make parchment or whatever. So maybe there's the next level to the parchment where you can make a map, and that'll let you actually edit your map and like leave notes and things like that.
Yeah.
I love how Chester decides to not jump through the wormhole with me. He's such a loyal companion when he does that, you know?
Well, he kind of looks like the whole wormhole thing.
He doesn't
Kevin
like
did
it.
mention that somewhere that he was going to be adding. He said landmarks to the map, which I can only imagine is just like different things on the map. But it almost leads me to believe that he's going to try and like allow you to customize certain places on the map too.
Well,
So that would be pretty cool.
Ooh, planes. What is the extent of this planes? Let us see.
You know what might be fun? Rune traps. Like, write an image on a piece of paper, throw it to the ground, and then if an enemy steps on it, it triggers.
that will be kind of destructive.
I can't wait till
Okay,
they add in
this is
automatic doors and remote controlled stuff.
That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, because they're totally gonna do that in this game.
No,
It was in one of Kevin's posts.
It really was.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised. What kind of technology would it take to create such a thing, though?
Science. Duh.
Science!
With science, I shall survive in this land. I just made another torch. I already had one. Why do that?
I mean, right now, excuse me, Wilson, all he has to do is just grab the parts and put them together, and he got himself a portal. I don't see why not. He can just make, other automatic stuff.
Well, you see, the parts are all there. You'll have to make the parts for those, I think.
Truth.
Wilson's, I mean, all the characters are smart enough to just, oh, hey, I'm gonna plop this on top of this, it worked.
Truth.
Well,
Wolfgang may have some troubles with it, but, oh god, the berries are spoiled.
Well, I kind of think that Willow said she is making a monstrosity, so I don't know how it's connected.
I love when I mouse over the crockpot, it doesn't actually show things to me. All the other ones, yeah, I'll show you. But here, nope. There's some of the sanity files for like sounds when it comes nightfall. Interesting.
I love that sound file.
Yeah, it's yeah. That's I'm just like that is very oddly intriguing. I want to hear that.
Well, you can hear some laughters when you go to the graveyard or come to the graveyard at night, or some screams and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, has anyone actually
before?
Yeah, has anyone actually taken those files yet? The ones that like in the sanity 1 and 2 and like those later ones, and reverse them backwards because it's like someone's talking backwards.
I tried with one, but it's still gibberish.
Still? Aw.
Wait, what? So there's like people talking backwards in the sanity files? Say that again?
Well, it sounds like they are, but it's actually not. Oh god, I'm actually really low on food.
Imagine if we reversed the file to try and listen to it, and it was some Beatles song or something. That would be the ultimate troll.
Oh my god.
But if you remove the parasite, it kind of sounds like Scream.
Yeah, it's just like a Bieber song really slow. It just sounds
Okay, so if I hear
I can actually
in the background, I'm gonna be pissed off. Really.
Yeah.
No offense.
What can I make myself? I can make a helmet. Good for me.
One question. You make a helmet by one pigskin. How does that work? I mean,
I know, a single pigskin.
Apparently the pigskin is rather large. It's larger than the image in your inventory.
Or it's very stretchy, and apparently on the other side it has a very, like a very artistic pattern on it, you know?
Well, I can't work as a butcher for 10 years now, and I never seen a pig making a golden helmet. No offense.
Oh.
Alrighty, I'm gonna have to call the recording a close, guys. You all want to say goodbye before I do?
Yes, goodbye people who are recording us.
Yeah, it's been really awesome.
Off you go.
Yep.
Back to the
The
desert where
highlight.
we belong.
Lots of
The
awkward
highlight
silence.
is drunk. Drunk pigs.
I'll do this
That's the
every
highlight.
other week, for sure.
I know where you live.
I'm gonna have to edit the crap out of it.
Okay, that was not creepy at all.